Hey guys, my name is Breanna. Welcome back to Garden Girl. And today we are continuing with our How to Grow Tomatoes from Seed to Harvest series. And this is episode about 3 of our video series. And it's a beautiful hot sunny day. It's June 2nd. And it's perfect time to start planting your tomatoes. And if you are in a warmer climate than I am, you've probably already planted them. But here in southern BC, we're starting now, or the late May as well. But this year it was later, so now we're planting our tomatoes. So I'll show you some tips. Before you plant your tomato plants, it's really important that you harden them off. And that means basically introducing them to the elements outside where you're planting them. So that includes the wind, the sunlight, and anything else that is outside that is not in a greenhouse or a grow room. So you're going to want to start by simply placing them in a sheltered, shady area for a couple days. And this is basically going to be a week that you're going to be hardening them off. So you're going to start them in a sheltered, shady area away from any wind, and then you're going to want to bring them in at night if your night temperatures are still cool, and then you'll gradually increase the light that they get in their area and less sheltered environment over the week period. And then by the end of the week they should be pretty accustomed to the outdoor growing conditions, and then you'll be ready to plant. So don't skip this step. It's very important. If you do skip it, it might cause stress in the plant and they just won't be ready for the elements of the outdoors versus the nice elements of a greenhouse or grow room. So today I'll be planting 2 of our subarctic tomatoes that we planted from seed back in the first video, and these look very healthy and they're definitely ready to be planted now. So I'm going to be planting them in pots, and this applies the same to raised beds, in ground, anything really that you can put soil in, this applies to. So you're going to want to fill it with a nice rich soil or type of soil. Compost even is great. This is what I have here, and make sure it's light and well draining, and it's weed seed free as well, which really helps. So you're going to want to get your soil filled up almost to the top, and this applies to pots or raised beds. And then you're going to want to take your plants and simply pull them out. And this is good plant root development here. I did pot them up from when I had planted them, and I potted them up to this 3-inch pot. I don't know if you remember, the other ones were quite smaller, so I potted them up to this size and it held them perfectly because we had to wait a little longer this year to plant them out. So they're great. You can tell the roots are good because they're not wrapping around the bottom, so that's really good. And now we're ready to plant it. So we got our plant ready, and now we're going to simply dig a nice deep hole, and this is going to help the stem form roots, and then this will anchor the plant later on in its growth. So you want to try to get it as deep as possible. And simply cover it. And then what you're going to want to do is prune these little bottom leaves off. And this is to help circulation to the plant, and also when you water them, the water might spill up on these leaves, and that might cause some growth, some bad maybe disease growth. So it's just a good way to keep the plants healthy and strong. Another simple tip is always, always, always label your tomatoes. I've had twice in a row I didn't label them properly, and I thought I knew what they were, but I totally forgot by a couple weeks. And then I didn't know what tomatoes they were. So make sure you label your tomatoes. And then if you have a couple red varieties, then you'll know exactly what type, if you really liked it, or if you didn't like it, you'll know. So just a little helpful tip there. So now just simply give these guys a nice water, a good soak, and they're ready to start growing those awesome tomatoes in your garden. These tomatoes are bush tomatoes. So in a couple weeks, once they start growing, I'll show you some good ways on how to keep them well supported as they grow. And if you have vining tomatoes, I'll even show you a bit on how to do that, because these are bush tomatoes. So thanks for watching. Hope you found this video helpful, and have a great time planting your tomato plants. See ya.